You want to know the thing that annoys me the most with this whole album of the year, Cowboy Carter argument? When people say, oh, I don't know any songs off the album. I don't like the songs of the album. Girl, I don't know any of the songs on Billy's album or Taylor's album. That's no shade. No shade at all. I'm just not their fan base. You're not Beyonce's fan base. Guess what? I do know the songs on Cowboy Carter, and there's millions of people who do. So when people are like, I don't know one song off the album. Okay, because you're not her audience. I'm sorry, like, your music taste does not rule the world, if that makes sense. Like, clearly, every single person in that category deserved to win. Hence why they were up. So, like, for me, of course I want Cowboy Carter to win because I'm a Beyonce fan and I like the album. But if Billy would have won, if Taylor would have won, Charlie XCX, like, they deserved it because that's why they were nominated in the first place. Like, but just because I don't know any of the songs on Billy's album or Taylor's album, that doesn't mean that they deserve to win less. Like, my taste does not rule the world. Like, what you like does not rule the world, love. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know one song. Okay, and I do. And you know what's crazy? Like, clearly all those songs would have, clearly all those albums would have deserved to win. And like, if you look back at previous people who've won, like, Billy's won album of the year before. She's won before. Taylor has won before 4 times. Okay, Charlie XCX hasn't won. I know a lot of the songs on Charlie XCX's Brat album because I actually like that and I've listened to it. But she's won, 3 Grammys in that night or something. Beyonce has never won album of the year. And she is like one of the most prolific, biggest album artists. Like, the amount of like effort that she puts into her albums, and she's never won. Like, let her have this one thing. Why can't you let her have this one thing? Like, it's annoying. Like, just let her have this one thing. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it didn't have impact. All of the albums clearly had an impact. Well, Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album, as soon as she released that she was doing a Cowboy Carter album, the whole world suddenly started wearing cowboy outfits. Everyone was wearing cowboy hats, cowboy boots. Like, fashion brands were suddenly like putting out collections of like cowboy boots and cowboy hats and cowboy attire. Like, she shifted the culture. Do you know what I'm saying? She shifted the culture. She also gave a lesson on black history, a lesson on country music. She gave 6 black country artists a platform who now have a Grammy because they're featured on an album. Like, what other album did that? Like, you can sit there, you don't have to like the music, that's fine, that's not my argument. You don't have to like it, you don't have to get it, you don't have to know any song, but you can't sit there and say that the album hasn't made an impact in the industry at all. Like, you literally can't. Well, you can, but it's not true. It's not true. Like, I don't know, this just annoys me. I understand, I'm sure that other albums are very great as well, and they've impacted you, and the lyrics are beautiful, but like, you can't sit there and say that Cowboy Carter isn't well thought out. You don't have to get it, but just let her have this one thing. I don't understand. You can't sit there and say Beyonce doesn't have impact. Like, have you saw her shows? Have you saw her fan base? Like, she does. But yeah, you guys can stay mad. Stay mad. You guys get what I'm saying? You do, right? No shade, but no shade, but shade. But Cowboy Carter won and you're mad. You're mad.